Hello, beautiful souls. This is the July energy update for Space Library. Before I jump into the channeling for this coming month, I want to share with all of you the reason that I changed from the Quantas to Space Library. There's many reasons to this, many parts to this, but the Quantas is a term that I was using in a very make fun of myself type of way. And so the energy behind that name was really not conducive or supportive to what I'm trying to facilitate here, which is us finding the space within the library of information within to navigate life on Earth. So that is the reason for the change in the name. The quality will just continue to improve month after month as I really deepen into this trans-channeling gift. Now, before I begin, I also want to let you know that the activation portal is going to become much more bolstered and big. In that, I want that to be a space for those of us that are awakening and feeling very alone, at least on the earth plane. Because as you awaken, you're really letting go of many of your belief systems that were limiting. And so the people in your life that were sharing that limiting belief system with you, those relationships will change. And it doesn't mean they have to end. But it can mean that you feel lonely for a little while. And I know how you feel, but you're not alone. So, yes, if you're needing more support in your ascension journey, your awakening journey, if you want a community to share this with, the activation portal is the one to do that. And the energy update is going to be here for us to assist us in the highest good every month. So I hope that you stick around, and I hope that you consider expanding into some of the other offerings that I provide. All right, so I am going to be calling on the Council of 12, the Council of Light, to bring through a message for all of us that will be serving of the highest good of all. And I also want to receive some information on what we're seeing with the ionosphere, with the Schumann resonance, with the blackouts from the satellites and sensors that measure the frequency bandwidths of the Earth, the heartbeat of the Earth. I ask you to find a seat, not be driving or operating machinery for channeled messages. Here we go. I'll see you on the other side. We are the Council of 12. We are channeling simultaneously through Bree for this transmission because July of 2024 will be a significant month for your planet. The blackouts on your Schumann resonance readings are different from one another. Some of them are due to instruments not being able to capture, measure, sustain through high frequency light that is coming via the plasma belt that your solar system is moving into. What we would like to highlight now is the awareness you all have of how the powers that be operate on your planet. What we would like you to be aware of is that if your feelings, your thoughts and concepts about the government structures is causing you fear, disservice, disempowerment, please know that that is a direct attempt by the very powers you are looking to exceed or move beyond. There are many of you here that are consuming this message in the United States of America. And what we would like you to know, especially this month, is that the pride you have, the feelings of perhaps superiority of your country, this will need to shift this month. And we would like to enter you all into the remembrance that simply because you are born in a certain country, a certain family, a certain level of abundance and security, does not mean that that is where you will need to stay. All of you have the ability to shift this, and before you do, we want you to be aware that this is not about running away. There are many of you that are considering cutting off family members or using all of your words, ghosting people in your lives. And what we would like to share with all of you is that this is not necessary. In fact, if these other individuals are hurting you to the point where you believe they need to be removed, it would be more beneficial and more useful of your time and energy to understand what it is about those individuals or places or institutions that you are triggered by. Is it because you feel disempowered? If so, that is an opportunity for you to empower yourself, even in the dynamic. Many of you agreed to assist these people you are looking to distance from. And the way that you assist them is not by abandoning them. The way that you assist them is by growing yourself. If their judgments of you are hurtful, ask yourself, are they even true? Is a moment of your behavior being extrapolated and applied to all of your being and behavior? If so, forgive yourself for the one moment and remind yourself that this is not who you always are or how you are always showing up. We want to emphasize this month, because of the nature of your planet, that those operating from hatred are going to be waking up very swiftly, now or very soon. Many of you had your dark nights of the soul many times, realizing that hatred you have of anything outside is not of anything outside. It is of something you resist within. So we ask you that you keep your point of focus this month in your heart, and that you use your discernment while receiving information, data, news, to check what is truly true. Many fabricated stories will be coming out this month, some of them true, some of them not true. Bree is questioning why a fabricated story could be true, and that is because the fabrication comes after the truth is realized, you see. It is not only humans on the planet that are intelligent beings. The animals, in fact, are very intelligent, more than many of you know. Their conscious states are multidimensional, beyond the multidimensionality of the everyday human on the planet. The expansion is happening within the animals much swifter than it is occurring in the humans, and this is because of resistance. A timeline shift and a timeline jump are only possible when enough conscious beings on the planet are ready to make that jump or shift. And the jump or shift can be debilitating, it can be discombobulating, disorienting. On those days, on those times, it is important that you soften, that you take things at your own pace. Because the energy will only continue to accelerate and amplify this year, 2024. You are all being prepared for a bigger jump, a bigger shift, which we will speak to in the months to come. You're all preparing to let go of the core limiting beliefs, and of the, we will call it codependency within the way that you live your life. And we remind you to call your power back every time you feel a victim to something outside of you, the government, the people in your lives. They cannot take your power unless you are willing to give it away. So remember this. The next time you almost hand it away again, allowing someone outside of you or something outside of you to be the reason for your, what you may call, low vibrational state. A low vibrational state may be sensed as you release. So know this. Just on the other side of this release will be an awakened sense and awareness of the gifts with which the wounds you are healing covered over. So allow your gifts to come online. Allow yourself to hear, see, feel, sense beyond what you are used to. For this will help you in your ascension, and it will help you to become closer with your essence. We're all just being grounded, landed. All right. I'm encouraging all of you to hydrate plenty. This was a brief message, but a potent one. We're all collectively thanking the High Councils of Light, the Council of 12. That was very rounding. I say rounding, because all of our chakras have just been balanced and aligned. So do integrate this message in a way that is comfortable for you. Maybe a salt bath, maybe a walk, maybe a stretch, maybe some breath work, maybe some of your own channeling or art. I encourage you to, if you do create something wonderful that you are stepping into the expression of, I encourage you to share it here so you can be witnessed and observed. Maybe it's a rough draft or the start of a painting. And I'll just share, because it feels right to share, that my spiritual awakening really began with me painting. I hadn't painted very much other than a handful of paintings my whole life until I was about 35. And that allowed me to enter a flow state. That's one of the paintings I did. Also, I often have them propped up in the back because they are activators as well. So they're, they may appear just as a painting, but they're channeled divine energy. So I encourage you to create. We all came here to create and be. I love you all. I am going to jump into the deeper transmission that will be an activation portal now. And if you want to get in on that, you can join at any time. They stack in the membership. And I love you all so much. Thank you for being here in Space Library. This will be expanding soon. The book is completing. And if you do have any questions that you would want featured in the book, I encourage you to comment them below. I will be scanning all of the questions I received to find out which will be best to incorporate in this first book, and the books will continue from there. So stay tuned, stick around, stay grounded, stay in love with yourself. That's your truth. I'll see you all in the next one. Namaste.